We ready? Good evening. I'd like to call the Tuesday, June 5th, 2012 City of Oldsmar Council meeting to order. Our invocation, our pledge will be led by our City Attorney, Mr. Tom Trask, and at this time I'd ask you to please join me in rising.
Our Father in heaven, give us the power to clearly discern right from wrong. Allow our words and actions to be governed thereby and by the laws of this land. We ask for inspiration to strive in our endeavors to serve the public. We also ask that you direct us so that above all things we will discharge our duties for the benefit of the people that we serve. This we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, good evening. I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight. It's kind of hard to believe that we're already halfway through the year already, being in June. We thank you all for being here. Our first item on tonight's agenda is our Citizens Open Forum, and this gives anybody in the audience an opportunity to address the council if they so desire. We've only got a few small requests. One, I respectfully ask you to keep your comments to no more than 5 minutes. Second, when you come up to the podium, please state your name and address for the record. And last, please don't speak towards anything that's on tonight's agenda. And with that said, is there anyone that would like to address the council? Loretta.
Welcome back, Loretta.
Welcome back, Loretta.
Thank you. Just told your age before beauty. Good evening, Loretta White, 601.
It's been so quiet.
Well, look out, I'm back. 601 Shore Drive East in Oldsmar. I waited a little bit too late, I think, but anyway, I did want to thank everyone, the city and everyone, for sending the balloons and the flowers and all the cards that I got when I was in surgery. It's the first surgery I've ever had in my life, so I was a little bit afraid, but it turned out great. But I wanted to thank everybody. And it's amazing how many friends you find out you have when you have surgery. It was very enlightening, and I felt really good about it. So
We're glad you're doing okay.
I just want to thank everybody. Yes, I'm doing fine. The Lord's given me a new lease on life, and I'm taking full advantage of it. So thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Jerry Ann.
Tozy, 509 Shore Drive East. I'm here to represent the Oldsmar Historical Society, the museum as well. And just wanted to reiterate that we're open. We've been having people come in on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. In the evenings on council night, first and third Tuesday, we're open from 6 to 7:30. I wasn't here last month, but I wanted to mention the city staff had Bring Your Child to Work Day, and Liz Brewer came through with a bunch of kids, and they came through the museum. So if it was any of your kids, ask them how they enjoyed it. But we enjoyed having them come through and telling them about the city of Oldsmar. We've added a patriotic display down in the museum now and a lighted showcase. So if you haven't seen it, come in and see what we have on display. We have the Oldsmar and Forest Lakes Elementary School memorabilia, and we have some young astronaut. We have aerospace memorabilia because the Young Astronaut Club was both at Forest Lakes Elementary and Oldsmar Elementary. And for a little bit of history, Donald Chaffee was a snowbird here he stayed in East Lake Woodlands in the winter, but he was the father of astronaut Roger Chaffee. And Roger Chaffee is the one that died in the Apollo 1 fire. But whenever we had our Pinellas County Aerospace Day, we would have it at Oldsmar and Forest Lakes, and I coordinated with probably 8 other schools, and we'd have it annually. But Donald Chaffee always came and promoted NASA and the aerospace program, even though he lost his son. And what I have downstairs is 2 special pictures that he gave me, and it's on display. And one is Roger Chaffee and his group that he started out with. And I brought it out for the museum, but I didn't realize it's all the autographs of like Buzz Aldrin, him, and there's another one for the Apollo mission when the astronauts on the moon. So it's really a neat display. So please come and visit. It's free. There's no charge. And then real quick, I think I have a few more minutes. I have a couple of questions. I had a chance to go to Tallahassee this past week and go visit the state of Florida's library in Tallahassee. And I called ahead and had a gentleman get a couple of books ready for me. And they happened to be on the city. And some of you know some of the answers, but I'll ask. Do you know what happened on May 25th, 1929, during the 22nd regular session of the legislature of Florida, and it concerned the city? It was a special act.
Jerry Beevelin elected mayor.
Almost. 1929. I bet. No, what happened, what I found was interesting, that during that session, the act to abolish the present municipal government, it was for the town of Tampa Shores. So they abolished the town of Tampa Shores, and then they turned it into a municipal corporation and called it Tampa Shores. So they incorporated Tampa Shores in 1929. Then you kind of go forward to 1937. What do you think? The citizens of Oldsmar did, and
Change the name.
that's right. They wanted to, they did it, they repealed that special act in 1929, and they replaced the city of Tampa Shores, and they abolished that, and then they turned around and they wanted the municipality to be known as Oldsmar. So that happened. Yes, very good. One more question. How many streets can you name that have people's last names here in Oldsmar? That would be, you could say famous, they from the present to the past. So you think of the streets in Oldsmar?
You want me to shut up?
No, you just get them started. Name at least one. Jefferson? Washington?
Do we still have Gim Gong, or did we change that?
No, good for you. I didn't know anyone would come up with that one. Remember, it used to be as you headed to
Yeah.
by Goodwill, but now it's the next street over from
Yeah.
the post office. Yeah, Gim Gong. So you came up with Jefferson, Lafayette, Washington, Gim Gong.
Buckingham.
There's one more.
Franklin.
Oh, that's right, we do have a Franklin.
Oh, see, I didn't have that one. Thanks.
Uh-oh.
I'll put that one down. Yeah,
There's
my
another
time's up, I know. Here,
Lee.
Lee, and who'd our first black fire chief?
Hayes.
Oh, Hayes.
Hayes Road. And then by the treatment plant. Beaverland. Yes, I don't know, is it Boulevard or Street? I don't know. No. Anyway,
But we
thank
do
you.
know-
I enjoyed it.
But we do know it goes into the,
Treatment plant.
Thank you very much.
I went down there tonight before I came in. I was really impressed. It really looks nice down there. You guys have done a really nice job. And I like I didn't get a chance to look at all the astronaut memorabilia, but that's really neat. Really neat.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
We have the month of April, we had 35, when I say 35 volunteers, it's repeat, for different volunteers, but for the month, we had 35 different times that volunteers came in, and we had 40 visitors.
Are you getting people that want to be more a part of it, the Historical Society, sign up as members?
Yes, we had like 7 that I just, the last week, have
Good.
signed up.
Good.
So
It's
we
working.
need, come and visit, donate,
Yep.
time, materials, thanks.
Thank you.
That's only one week that she's talking about. I mean, we've been signing them up.
No, that's awesome.
regularly.
Yeah,
Yeah, wonderful.
awesome.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the council? Yes, sir.
Good evening, Bob Lasher, 3201 Shearer Drive, St. Petersburg. I'm from the Pinellas Suncoast Transit Authority. I'm not going to ask you any questions, but I will ask for input from you and your constituents. We've gotten a service development grant, and we're putting in 3 new routes in northern Pinellas County. 2 are going to be north-south routes, one on either side of the lake, and one's going to be an east-west route from Dunedin, hopefully the Gulf, through Oldsmar, and linking people with not only PSDA routes, but the Northwest Transfer Center over at Hart in Town and Country. We're going to be running smaller buses, similar to what they run over at TIA, if you've ever been in the parking terminal and then gone to the main terminal. They'll seat about 16 with room for 2 wheelchairs that can roll right on. They're low floor, no steps on the buses. We don't know where they're going to go, and that's why we're looking for input. People can go onto the psda.net site. Right on the homepage, there's a little link. We'd like them to fill out a survey. We want to know who would use it. Questions like, would you mind a bus like that in your community? Where do you need to go? What times of the day? What days of the week? We're going to build this around what the community wants. We're taking input through early next month. We're also going to have some outreach. In fact, on the 13th, we're going to be here at Oldsmar Library from 6 to 7:30 p.m. so people could come out, ask us questions, fill out a survey in paper if they prefer to using the internet. The next day we'll be at Eastlake Library from 2 to 3:30. They can do the same thing, come up and meet with us. We just wanted to let you know we're doing this, and we want to encourage everybody to get online or come out to one of our outreach efforts and fill out a survey so we can build this around what the people want.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Yes.
Can we put, when he's going to be in Oldsmar?
On the TV? Absolutely.
On TV and on the website and stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Somehow get the word to Belair or something so that they know.
Yeah, and I would suggest maybe somebody reach out to the Nielsen Corporation as well.
Yes, actually, one of my colleagues has. We're going to be doing it again. We are trying to get as much input as possible, and I'm pretty pleased to say we've had some great response so far. We've been working on this for about a month. I've already spoken with Mr. Haddock about it, and the Chamber and several other organizations, Rotary. We've got some educational groups, and we hope to make this work as well as anything else we put in lately. And it's kind of fun. We haven't put in new services in quite a while, and the internet and social media have really helped people get in touch with us saying, this is where I need to go. And we want to know specifically. If it's a Publix, where? If it's a shopping center, let us know where. That's how we're going to build the route. That's why I didn't sign up for a presentation, because there's not much to present right now.
Yeah.
Going forward, by this fall, I hope to have one for you. Say, this is where it's going to go. This is when it's going to run. And I almost forgot one of the most important things. You'll be able to call in advance about 2 hours, set up an appointment, and these small vans will divert and pick people up at their homes.
Wow.
About 3/4 of a mile to a mile off the scheduled route. Otherwise, they will run on a regularly scheduled route.
Will that cost additional money?
No, sir.
Really?
Wow.
I have a,
Yes, sir.
I don't know, I'm probably talking about something I'm not very familiar with now, but my son is legally blind. And he volunteered at Mies Morton plant for years, not you, but somebody cut the bus route out. So I don't know,
Really?
really. So I don't know what kind of route you have to Mies countryside.
Fill out a form, because that is in the area we're looking at. When the recession hit, because PSDA is primarily property tax funded, we were forced to cut service, and that was probably one of the cuts. And we looked at routes and runs, actually, not whole routes, but runs that had fewer than 5 people per run.
There's a lot of people here in town who take a bus to the hospital.
So that's something, please encourage them.
Smaller one.
Because, everybody thinks it's going to be running along the main roads. That may not be necessarily so. If we've got a good community that needs to divert or run through there, then we can make it part of the route. That's why we're doing this. And I hope you and your family and all of your constituents will help us build this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I
I
appreciate
do
it.
have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
And I know it's probably not related, but somewhat it is. I know you guys have a relationship with the Jolly Trolley and trying to coordinate all the service. And I read the other day, and I don't recall exactly, but they're talking about those mini, what do they call them? Mini buses or mini things. I know it's different, but is it going to be incorporated together? The mini things that are going to kind of be an extension of the Jolly Trolley that's going to come through Palm Harbor and Oldsmar and things like that?
Yeah, actually, Bob Lodnecker, who is CEO of the Jolly Trolley, is working on modifying some larger golf carts as circulators in the busier areas, downtown Palm Harbor, I guess up in Tarpon Springs. And our north-south route on the west side of the bay might just be linked with those as well. That's another one. It's a little bigger area, so we're going to see where that runs. We've already got our Route 66 running along the same route as the Jolly Trolley, so we don't want to duplicate too many routes, but we do want to take advantage of every resource we have.
Good. That's great.
Appreciate you being here.
Hey, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And I like your tie.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to address the council? Yes, sir.
Tampa Bay Chamber, 101 State Street West. Just want to give you an update on Freedom Fest. We had it over Memorial Day weekend. Went very well. We consolidated the venue this year, and that worked out. I think it was less bother to everybody. Did wind up having about 12,000, 14,000 people there, so very good weekend. Awful hot. I think it was record heat. It was like 97 degrees. It was pretty hot out there, but we wound up having a nice, found up a better vendor. We had, I think, a much better children's area this time, so worked out pretty well, and we were very, very happy with it. And just want to also report that Mr. Reeves and the City Leisure Services staff were just absolutely great partners this time around. It worked real well.
Yep, saw the email on that, thank you.
Yeah. A couple other things happening. I don't know whether you know it or not, but the holiday sharing program, Deputy Sarah now does have a 501c3, so that is a bona fide charity. And we're working on a couple of events with them. One coming up at Buffalo Wild Wings, July 7th, called Guns and Hoses, where the police and the fire will have a eat-off on hot wings. And that we hope to raise a little bit of money doing that. And then July the 14th, we'll be having the annual softball game at Right House Field. So both of those we hope to raise a little money with.
So tryouts soon for the softball game?
June 21st, I believe it is.
All right, very good. Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else that would like
I
to?
was drafted. I don't have to have a
You're
trial.
just first round draft choice, right? Yeah. Anybody else want to address the council? Seeing no one else, I'll close the citizens' open forum. Our first item on the agenda tonight is relating to the Community Redevelopment Agency. We're going to get out of the council agenda for a moment and go into the CRA, and Maria is going to make a presentation to us on the Market Square.
Our consultant is going to make a presentation, and this is, I passed out the site plan, I think, and your landscaping plans and the schematic that shows like different features of the Market Square. This is just for the park area, so, you know, we anticipate there'll be like a few phases, the park component, then, extending to the plaza area, then eventually, if we acquire more property, parking garage, et cetera. So, yeah. Oh, there you go. Okay. So this is Leah DeTolsto from Wilson Miller Stantec, our consultant.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name.
Leah
Leah.
Del Tasso.
Leah. Hi, Leah.
Hi. Good evening, everyone. This is to give you an update. I mean, remember a while back we came in and we showed some very preliminary plans for the park. Well, we proceeded forward and we've actually completed preliminary engineering and the design phase of the project. And before we go into the more design development, hashing through the more technical details, we wanted to give you a presentation and show you where we are at this point. You can see on the screen the existing conditions, and we just transitioned to what we anticipate the look and feel of the park being as it's built out. Moving in a little bit closer, you can see there's a lawn area in the front where we anticipate gathering, and you see the view into the interactive fountain in the middle, and then development coming in and flanking around the park.
No, so this is an Oldsmar.
Yeah, it
This is a
is, yeah.
picture of Oldsmar.
Yeah, it is. It's a
Let's
I create-
envision.
it's a vision.
Okay.
It's your parking lot out there.
See
You want me
the
to do it
towers in
again?
the background?
Yeah, she just did a transition from the parking lot to,
Okay, I see.
Here, I'll do it again. Okay, there's your parking lot. Like if you were standing in the road, what you would see. And then this is transitioning from that parking lot into the park space. So you're getting rid of all your paving and bringing in lawn and a fountain in the middle and buildings surrounding it. And then just zooming in a little bit closer so that you can see it. That's what it would look like.
May I ask another question?
Certainly.
This isn't the architecture you're planning.
No,
Okay.
we are not really designing the architecture portion of it.
Okay.
That would be by a developer, basically.
Well, yeah, but it would have to go with whatever.
Yeah, so it would have to go. I mean, I
Okay.
basically had to find a building that would kind of fit into that space. But no, we're not proposing that that would be the exact architecture.
Right,
There would be
right.
something that would be going, presented and, brought through the city for that. This is the site plan of this space. You can see, zooming in, we have basically a lawn area that would face out on State Street, and then a center component which would be more interactive fountain space, and then on the north side of it we have some trees that flank it, and then you can see the parking area around it. Let me see if I can get this to work. To this side over here where I'm scribbling, that would be a development site that could occur, and then to the north of that there's development sites that could occur. on the other side of the parking. But we're focusing on just the park area itself in this presentation. Zooming in a little bit further, you can see the interactive fountain in the middle. And what we'd anticipate is having a sail structure that you just saw over the top of that, and then also the interactive fountain that would occur in the middle there. And this is similar to the scale of that space with the fountain jets that would come out that the children could play in, and then it also being flanked by a trellis structure like you're seeing in this example picture. And looking a little bit further into that trellis structure, this is a section showing the trellis, and then there'd be benches placed in it underneath it, and then the look and feel of the trellis structure. We're looking at like using warm woods and then decorative columns that would be more intricately designed. And then just some other examples of how the wood and the columns, the cast stone columns, will work together, sort of the feel of the trellis structure itself. This is a section that would show the columns that would be utilized to support the sail structure. The sail structure would, shade sail, would be able to be removed at times. So you could either have the sail up or down. That's when we're going with a more simplified sail. And then the columns would support it, but they'd be decorative so that when the sail wasn't there, the columns themselves would also look nice. And then we're proposing a seat wall that would go along the base of that so that would give additional seating for the park. And these are just some architectural pictures that would show kind of the feel of the elements in the park. We're showing wing walls that would flank either side of the wet play area. Those would be a stucco with a cast stone cap. May not be peaked like this, it could be flat. And then also showing like the stucco texture on the walls. We could have vines that could be placed on that to kind of break up the stucco texture. And then we're also showing there is a step that comes up from the lawn to kind of raise the wet play area slightly. On the risers, there could be placed tiles. We may not put tiles all the way across, such as shown in this picture, but they would be accent that could be spaced, along the risers themselves. Another section, this is the area that is actually located to the east side of the wet play area. It would be a transition space that would go from the wet play area to the future development piece. And it would have benches and urns and a bosque of trees that would create that transition from the more active space to a little bit more passive area that would be the entrance into the future building. You can see that in this picture, and then this is transitioning to a lawn shot. This is a little bit larger lawn, obviously, than we have, but the idea is that the space, when the fountain's not being utilized, could also act as a stage. You could have ensembles set up there. People could bring their lawns chairs, sit out in the park, listen to the ensemble. The ground space that we have could accommodate around 150 to 200 people, depending on how close they sit. But it could have quite a nice gathering there. This is just a section through the wet play area. You can see how the sail would be located in this area, and then you would have the trellis that would flank to the back. The lawn is actually in this direction, and you see the wet play. And then this is just some additional pictures showing the tiles that could be located in the wall, just to give them more richness. I mean, we want to bring in elements that bring richness to the park space itself, that don't have to be very expensive, but they make it feel like it's a lot more upscale, having those elements. And then real quickly, we're looking at planting area where the lawn would be mostly open. We have some existing trees that would provide shade in the lawn, but then providing trees on the back side, on the north side, to create a backdrop for the stage and for the water play area. And basically using like crepe myrtles as accent trees, some additional live oaks in the parking area to provide shade, and then the palm trees as accents. And then as far as planting beds, you can also see that those are concentrated to the north of the wet play area. And the different kind of plant materials that you would see, we try to bring in flowering interest with shrubs that flower, and then placing like bougainvillea on the trellis structure to provide even more flower interest. And then for a little bit more utilitarian aspect of it, because it is a wet play area, we will have to provide a restroom facility. And until there's buildings that have been brought in that could accommodate a restroom, we're going to have a separate one. And this would be an example of a temporary restroom facility that could be placed on one of the future building pads. The nice part about this, and Lynn voiced that he would like to have something that he could reuse somewhere else. So this restroom facility could actually be picked up when it's no longer in use here and brought to another park facility to accommodate that. So it is transportable.
Oh, so there's no plumbing in it?
There is plumbing. We have, for the building sites, we're stubbing out the water and wastewater components to those building sites so that when a developer comes in, they will just be able to hook up to that plumbing. Temporarily, those same stub outs will be used to hook up to the restroom facility. So there would be plumbing. And that concludes the presentation. Do you have any questions?
Any questions?
Very nice.
Anybody? I don't have any questions. If you want to add anything?
No, it's coming along, as you can tell, and this evening, we would, if the council is comfortable with it, we would like you to approve this as a preliminary site plan. We're still a ways from building anything, as you can tell, and of course, the financing is not available to build anything yet either. But, you know, if you're okay with it, that's what we would ask tonight and recommend that you approve this as the preliminary site plan.
Okay. Thank you, Leah. Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you.
I need a motion for the approval of the preliminary site plan.
Motion to
Have it as
approve.
a preliminary.
I've got a motion. I've got a second.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Nay.
Nay? You don't want to add anything?
I just don't like it.
Okay.
It's
It passes 3-1, but it's only preliminary anyway, so nothing's
Yeah, I
happening.
realize that. The only thing I say is the site, not the site plan. I approve the site, just,
But this is along the same concept that we've been working on for a year. I mean, this hasn't changed, really.
It's just preliminary anyway.
okay, yeah, it's just too.
All right, we're going to get out of the CRA and get back into our city council. And tonight's first item on our city council agenda is the consent docket. Today, we've got 3 items. First item is to approve the minutes of April 17, 2012 city council meeting. Second item is to approve purchase of mower on state contract. And the last item is to authorize the city manager to advertise RFQ for environmental monitoring for the water system. Does anybody wish to pull anything or add anything or question anything? If not, I will entertain a motion. Have a second. Got a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Under City of Oldsmar, we've got the presentation of the Business of the Quarter Award. And I don't know if the business is here.
Yeah.
There? Oh, okay. Recognize you.
I was going to ask John Modeska to come up, but he beat me to it, so. I tell you, I look at these awards and I read kind of the verbiage that we get and the description of the companies. And without finding out that they're in Oldsmar, I read some of the things and the technologies and the different businesses that we have. And it's amazing to me when you read it and then you say, and yes, it's in Oldsmar. To me, it's amazing when you drive through here. I remember I moved here in 1982 when Oldsmar was the town not to be from. We had JRs and the Oldsmar Flea Market and Jerry Beaverland. And And not much has changed, except JR's is gone, Jerry's here, and the flea market's here. But we have added a tremendous amount of businesses, and we continue to see this, and we continue to recognize them. And this is our quarterly Business of the Month, and it's Vology Incorporated. Vology is another of the secret jewels that call Oldsmar home. They have been in business since 2002 and have over 140 employees, which is great. They are a high-tech global technology solution provider that serves tens of thousands of customers across 80 countries, all from Oldsmar. Vology has one of the industry's largest inventories of top-quality, new and certified pre-owned manufactured products and a state-of-the-art testing lab to replicate any network environment. They offer end-to-end networking and telecom solutions and services through a team of highly certified engineers that help customers power their enterprises as their technology requirements evolve. Headquartered in Oldsmar, they have field offices in Austin, Denver, Sacramento, and Syracuse. Not only are they a great business, they are also a great community resource and generously give of their expertise in numerous ways by donating leading-edge information technology equipment to assist local, county, and city governments and school districts. They recently donated $750,000 to the Pinellas County school system. This is part of a company plan to donate over $5 million in leading-edge IT equipment to assist local, county, and city governments and school districts bridge their budget gaps. The Pinellas County school system was the first to take delivery of more than $500,000 of networking equipment. The equipment was provided to 2 schools, Countryside High School and Lakewood High School, for use in their technological programs. John Just, Assistant Superintendent, MIS, Pinellas County Schools District, said, with the donation of this equipment, we will be able to give students experience with fiber optic networking that budget constraints would not have currently allowed. With that, I am proud to present our June 2012 second quarter Business of the Month award to Vology. I mean, and all that's going on right here in Oldsmar. I don't even know what half of that stuff is that I read, so I'll let you tell me what it is.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you for the award. Barry Shevlin, our CEO, would like to thank you also for such a kind award for us. Just a short overview to add on to that. We sell networking and telecom gear, and we're known as the second largest in the world in what we do in certified pre-owned Cisco gear. We serve 80 countries. We do business in 6 languages, and it all starts right here from Oldsmar. So I joined the company about 3 years ago and knew of the organization, but it's funny how many people locally in the Tampa Bay area don't realize that this organization that serves customers like Whitney Bank, Hancock Bank, FEMA, Bank of New York, Mellon, some of the largest organizations in the United States that are either growing or changing their infrastructure, that we serve their product set. We're very proud of our team here. We've been best places to work for 5 years in a row, and which is from the employees. So that's that's the best award that we can get.
Yeah.
But also we've been 6 years on the Inc. 5000 fastest growing private companies in the United States. So this is built up through the years. We've been here 10 years, and we're looking to increase the employment level for the local customers, as well as the employees that we bring in, but also to keep serving the Tampa Bay area. We're very strong on the charities and would like to participate in anything that we could. So on behalf of all the employees, the executive team, and Barry Shevlin, the CEO, I'd like to accept this and thank you for the honor.
Thank you. Congratulations.
In case I missed it, where are they located? Where are you located?
Right across the street. We're right the road next to the
580 corporate.
McDonald's in the back corner.
580 corporate in the back there? Yeah, we got
have
a,
2 buildings back there now. We've jumped across the street and taken up the second building, so we're taking more space.
Are you planning on taking the 3rd building, maybe?
We're actually looking at some of the larger ones.
and please pass on to Barry that the city of Oldsmar is also a charitable corporation that is in need of new phone systems. So if he could be anywhere as generous as with the school board as he would with the city, we would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, really.
No, I say that tongue in cheek, but excellent.
What you need and if we can help out on anything.
That's wonderful.
We are in the market for new stuff, so we will be reaching out, because hopefully we can do business with an Oldsmar company first and foremost. But
If there's any sponsorships that we can help with, we'd love to help out with the council. Thank you all.
Thank you for being in
congratulations.
Oldsmar.
Say hi to Barry.
It is amazing.
That is
It is
great.
amazing what we have in this city.
It is, it really is.
Well, that's why the other day when we had our workshop and we were talking about the phone systems that we need, I said, hey, we've got a company right here that probably can help us.
Yeah,
Hopefully they can.
it's amazing.
All right, moving on, we've got the reappointment of Robert Brown to the Firefighter Pension Board. Mr. Brown, come on up. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back.
Good evening. Thank you for having me back.
First of all, we want to thank you for wanting to serve on the board. We appreciate your service. I don't know if we've done this since this board comes back every 5 years, or?
You've come up here once before, haven't you? Are you on another board or no?
I did on another board.
Oh, okay.
But not for this board. So anyway, you know the routine that a couple years ago, council wanted the opportunity to meet the people that we were either nominating or reappointing to the boards. And I think we all know you pretty well. And
Multiple Robert Brown, so it can get confusing at some point.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But again, thank you for your service. I don't know if you have any questions for us or.
No, I'd just like to say that I consider it a privilege to be able to serve on this board. I've learned a lot. I found out what a fiduciary is, and I'm learning more all the time, and I'm really enjoying it. And I appreciate the opportunity to serve the community.
Well, like I said, we appreciate you wanting to serve on it. We thank you for
Thanks.
that.
Absolutely.
I'll entertain a motion to put Mr. Brown back on the board.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Opposed? Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Motion carries 4-0. Next up, we've got City Attorney.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, council members, item number 7 is second reading and public hearing of ordinance 2012-05. Ordinance 2012-05, an ordinance of the City of Oldsmar, amending the land use designation on that certain real property described as 3687 through 3689 Tampa Road, Oldsmar, from industrial limited with water drainage feature to commercial general with water drainage feature, and providing an effective date. That was the second and final reading of ordinance 2012-05 by title only.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion for ordinance 2012-05?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second?
Got a motion and a second. This is a public hearing. Does anyone from the council want to address does anybody from the public want to address the council on this ordinance? Seeing no one, I'll close the public hearing. Does anyone on council want to say anything?
Nope.
I will say that the Pinellas Planning Council did pass it at our last meeting, which was in May, and that was a unanimous vote, which is pretty good. So I've got the motion in a second. Call the roll, please.
Vice Mayor Beaverland?
Yes.
Councilmember Miller?
Aye.
Councilmember Beavis?
Aye.
Mayor Roniker?
Aye.
Second reading of ordinance 2012-05, changing the land use at Bay Upper Place from industrial limited to commercial general, is approved with 4 votes for, and 0 against.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, council members, item number 8 is the second reading and public hearing of ordinance 2012-06. Ordinance 2012-06, an ordinance of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, rezoning certain real property described as 3687 through 3689 Tampa Road from L1 Industrial Light to C2 Commercial General, and providing for the effective date. That was a reading of ordinance 2012-06 by title only.
Thank you very much. Do I have a motion for ordinance 2012-06?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Again, this is another public hearing. Does anyone from the public wish to address the council on this ordinance? Seeing no one from the public, I'll close the public hearing. Anyone on council? This is really the right thing to do with this property anyway.
Yeah.
So this is a good thing.
Absolutely.
Call the roll, please.
Vice Mayor Beaverland?
Yes.
Councilmember Miller?
Aye.
Beavis?
Aye.
Mayor Roniker?
Aye.
Second reading of ordinance 2012-06, rezoning Bay Arbor Place from light industrial to commercial general, is approved with 4 votes for and 0 against.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, council members, item number 9 was to be considered second reading and public hearing of ordinance 2012-07. I've asked that this item be pulled from tonight's agenda as a result of our need to verify certain information that we have not been able to verify with the applicant, and it needs to be done prior to the actual second and final reading. So I'd ask that you postpone this to the next regular meeting.
Okay, let me ask you this. Because it is a public hearing, I probably should hear from the public if they're here tonight? If they want to address us, as well as the applicant is here, or the representative of the applicant is here as well?
Yes, if you wanted to move forward with that public hearing, you can do that. My suggestion, though, is just to notify these people if they wanted to come back and address it at the next meeting, if they wanted to, that they can do that.
Let me do this by a show of hands. Is there anybody that wants to address the council tonight and can't at the next meeting? Okay, come on up.
Okay, well, for the purpose of this, let me just go ahead and read the ordinance by
Okay.
title only, but I'd ask that you'd
I won't get a motion or anything, I'll just hear from the public.
Okay, the ordinance is ordinance 2012-07, an ordinance of the city of Oldsmar, Florida, rezoning certain real property described as 6 parcels of land lying south of Lafayette Boulevard and north of Wellington from E2 Estate Residential to PUD, planned unit development, and providing for the effective date. That's the item that is being considered.
Okay, then Loretta, if you just state your name and address for the record, please.
601 Shore Drive East. I just had a couple of questions. Is this going to be a gated community?
Not to my knowledge, no.
No, because I had heard that it was supposed to be gated.
No.
And you're changing the zoning to allow I believe it's 30 units, 30 homes in there, is that?
That's what's proposed, yes.
Okay, that's an increase. That would be an increase from the residential. E2, correct?
It would be.
Okay. Is this, I'm not quite sure exactly where it is. Is it close to the power lines that's over there off of Lafayette? Is it around in that area?
Actually, the Progress Energy transmission lines would border this parcel on both the south and the east sides.
Okay, just had some questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else from the public that wants to talk to the council tonight? I'll give you the opportunity to do so. It's a publicly advertised meeting, so you have that right if you want to. Seeing no one else, I'll close the public portion of it. Does the applicant want to say anything? I know you were kind of caught off guard by this, but I would go by the suggestion of and you can come on up if you want to. I would go by the suggestion. I'm going to ask for the council to go by the suggestion of the city manager, the city attorney. Okay, all right, we appreciate that. Then I would need a motion to postpone. Will you be able to have everything by our next meeting, which would be July, what is that?
No, June 19th.
June 19th. I believe so. Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
What was the possible reason why we didn't catch this before?
We were aware of the issue. We were trying to get it resolved before the second reading, and we were not successful in getting it done. There were some documents that needed to be signed by the applicant, and we were, even though we had requested by telephone call and follow up by a written letter, that there was no response.
Okay.
And so, although we were trying to get it done, we just couldn't get it done. And it was not as a result of anything that the city was doing.
Okay, so then I would need a motion.
Let me
You
ask
wanna-
you
yeah.
one more. I would ask the applicant and the city clerk to get to get a proper mailing address.
A proper mailing address?
And, yes,
For whom?
he will give it,
The mailing address was sent certified, it was signed.
I know, but it was mailed to a different post office box. But anyway, if you would do that, get how many addresses they need. Okay, that's all I had to say.
Okay, then let me have the motion to postpone until the June 19th meeting.
moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and second. I can just do I don't have to take a
All in
roll vote on
favor?
this, do I? Because we're postponing? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0 to postpone until June 19th. Sorry about that, but we'll get it next time. Anything else?
That's all I have.
All
Thank you.
right, thank you. City manager.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. The next item, discuss the Women's Club lease. The existing lease expires in October of this year. It's for a period of 5 years. It commenced on November of 2007, expires October 31 of 2012. So this evening, I'm seeking direction from council as to, do you want to renew the lease, make any changes, do anything different? That's really what I'm asking for this evening.
I mean, this lease has been going on for a very long time. I'm comfortable just leaving it all the same unless somebody else has got a better suggestion for
I
that.
love it.
You got a motion?
I've got the motion, I've got the second.
I don't want it to, I would like to I have some questions about it.
Sure, good.
I know, I knew you were going to do it. I just knew you were.
That's my right, isn't it?
Go ahead.
I just got some questions about the use of it.
Okay, I thought we were just proposing the lease as is.
I have a couple of questions. How often it's used, what it's used for? Could any other of the city facilities accommodate their uses? And how does the use of it benefit the community or the citizens? Those are the questions I have. And I'm only asking because I'm unaware of what the Women's Club does. It's nothing against the Women's Club, I just am unaware.
That should have been the question then. The Women's Club actually.
Well, that's what I said.
It's been there forever. in that building.
Not forever.
Well,
Give them a good date.
1919?
1919.
Is that how old that house is?
Yes.
I didn't even know that. I thought it was
Yes.
like 1930.
yes,
Well, I didn't know it was that
Or
old.
1925, according to the tax records.
1919.
The Women's Club,
Cecil, right?
it was donated by REOs to the Women's Club in 1919. The house originally was used as one of REO's workers down
Yes.
here when they built the streets.
Yes.
So that house is, so it's been the Women's Club since 1919.
Okay.
Okay, and the first library was there. So
I'm
the-
talking about now. What is
But the
your-
Women's Club still does that.
Does what?
They have a book fairy project. They teach. They have books that they give to children. They also give them to the Learn English thing at the school. So the parents can read too. You know, it helps them learn how to read.
Okay.
And also they give baskets to people that are in nursing homes. They give Christmas dinners to families. They give Thanksgiving dinners to families.
The tea parties.
They do a annual tea and to
Well,
raise money.
I think one of the questions
So we can
we-
do these
Right.
things.
That's not. And I understand that, but
Come up.
No, wait a minute.
She's the president.
Yeah, let's hear from the president. Absolutely.
Yeah, she's the one.
And I guess the reason I ask this, and it really has nothing, and don't take this personal, it has nothing to do with the Women's Club. It has to do with us as a elected official, our responsibility to make the best use of the facility. And I apologize for my ignorance and not knowing all the things that they do. But my biggest questions are how often is it used? Because it's a city-owned facility, and it's my understanding that it's not used a tremendous amount, and not used at all during the summer.
Well, generally, it isn't necessarily used during the summer, but I want to clear something up right now.
Okay?
And that is that the Women's Club has donated a lot of money to different charities in town. Okay? I
don't-
think we donated, what, was it, Janice, $1,500 we donated to the
Absolutely.
Oldsmar Library? How do you think we raised this money?
No, to Oldsmar Cares, we gave it.
And
to.
Oldsmar Cares, I'm sorry. Yeah. And we also donated to the library.
Yes, we do.
But anyway, we
No, but my
raised-
question isn't about the organization. My question is about the use of the facility.
Okay,
Well, here's the thing. Do you realize that just about every city of note in the state of Florida has had a women's club?
I'm not questioning the Women's Club. I'm questioning the use of the facility. I'm questioning the use of the facility.
Okay, why are you questioning the use of facility? We start in September. We have our meetings.
How often is the
through-
facility used on a monthly basis?
Generally, we use it once a month, and the garden club usually uses it once a month.
Okay.
And if there are anything else, we have the ability, according to this lease, if someone wants to use the facility. What, do you object to it not being used? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
I'm on a fact-finding mission first to understand
we
exactly.
pay the electric bill.
Yeah. Yeah. But, it upsets me a little bit because every town in Florida of note has a women's club that helped the town get on its feet. And I strongly
Yeah,
believe that this is.
I don't think that's his point. I don't think that's what he's trying to ask. I
My
think
point
it's
is not
just-
the Women's Club. I'm not trying to say disband the Women's Club by any means. My question is the use of a city facility, and is it used properly and efficiently? That's my question. And if
Okay,
it's
well,
only used once.
What would you have us do? Try to get into another facility, and there have been other organizations that, for instance, that have tried to use the Pine Street facility, and it was not available. So here you have a group of women who, it is a social thing, but we do a lot of good in the community and always have. But,
I'm not questioning that. and I apologize.
I understand that, Mr. Beavis, you're not questioning that. But in a way you are. You're saying, well, can't you go someplace else?
Yes.
No, we can't go anyplace
Does
else.
sound like it.
I'm not saying you can or can't. My point is to evaluate its usage. And it seems to me that with the amount of city facilities that we have, that we could accommodate one day of use a month in another facility.
Well, let me tell you
Is that what you
something.
want?
We donated that building to the city, and we really should have a lease in perpetuity, okay?
Okay, and I'm prepared to address that if you would like to do that.
Okay, all right.
You
And
donate- hold on.
Having said that, wait a second. Having said that, I do want to thank Mr. Haddock for the recent work that has been done on there. I mean, this, we don't want to let this go. There's too much history here. We just don't want to let the Women's Club go. So as long as we can, we keep, increasing our membership. And we just feel that it's a service that we render to the community. We do a lot of things.
And I don't question the Women's Club and the things they do. I'm well aware of a Women's Club in a lot of other municipalities. My question is the use of the facility. And it seems to me on a 30-day month, if it's only used one day a month, that's 29 days that it's sitting there empty for somebody else that can't use it.
Well,
I mean, we don't have any other organizations.
It is open, it is open to other groups that may want to use it. The Garden Club does use it.
That's through a lease agreement with you,
No.
not with the city, though.
Right,
We don't,
right.
You control who uses it.
Yeah, we do.
When did you-
Because we have to
I
collect the
guess-
money for the electric bill.
When did you guys donate the house and the
utilities.
land to the city? What year was that?
I don't remember
1997.
what-
97?
yeah, was it 97? Yeah.
And
And
if I
the
could-
reason for that at that time was because the group was small and they could not maintain the building.
Correct.
And so therefore, the city, it was a mutual agreement
Mm-hmm.
that the city would maintain the building and lease it to us for $1 a year.
Correct, for 10
At
years.
that
That was the
time.
agreement, was a 10-year lease, which went through 2007, correct?
Right. And so, I mean,
But if I could just look at some numbers that we have. In 1997, we had a building that had a just market value of $27,000. That basically was in disrepair and probably would have been condemned, and it's my understanding that a recommendation might have been made to just demolish the building. It was in such bad repair. Is that,
I heard that.
okay? And the city, on a piece of property that's $27,000 in value, the city put $80,000 into a $27,000 piece of property.
Because it's historic.
it's historic.
I don't
and-
understand it to be historic. I don't know, I'm not questioning that, but I don't know what the historic value of it is.
There is no value on historic. There's no
There's nothing
value
that's-
on this
But there's
building.
nothing, well, yes, this does have a historic component to it.
So does that. It
But
was
no, this
built
has a
a year
registered,
later.
but this has a registered historic component.
No, it
in the
does
glaze-
not.
The glaze of the building.
It's the only glazed building in Florida, but it doesn't say anything about historic.
But it is, okay.
We're working on that. We're trying to get historic designation, but it takes a long time to
Okay.
do that.
I understand what you're saying, that maybe fiscally it doesn't make sense, but I think we are the heart of the community. We were the heart of the community. And a lot of people, through the years that have come and gone, supported the Women's Club and their wives and their husbands. People put roofs on and whatever.
I understand. And I understand that. And again, I'm not questioning the Women's Club. I've been involved with Women's Club. I've been in with the one down on Bayshore in Tampa. I've done a lot of charity work for them. I know they do good work. I'm not questioning that at all. I'm questioning the use of the facility and,
Well, that's because you're trying to make it fiscally,
well, it's our fiduciary
yeah.
responsibility to make sure that buildings are used.
I understand that.
And I can't, if John Smith came and said, hey, we would like a 10-year lease for $1 a year to use your facility one day a month, I don't know that we would approve that. And not whether it's the Women's Club or the Men's Club or the Water Buffalo Club or whatever it is.
Sometimes we have Girl Scouts in there. Sometimes we have, what else have we had in there? Girl Scouts and
Actually, the
and
Girl Scouts are looking for a
brownies
place
and-
now. The Oldsmar Girl Scouts meet in Safety Harbor's library, which is ludicrous to me.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It's ludicrous.
And actually, they were meeting at the church. I mean, when they left.
And I guess
when they
my
left
question,
there.
my question is this.
And I'll tell you why.
And I know there's an emotional connection to that building, and I know that, I understand that. But for one day a week, I cannot believe that the great work that the Women's Club does can't be done, whether it's in the library, it's in the senior center right next door.
Well,
I mean, as I understand it, and don't get me wrong, and I know you, and if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me to shut up, but
That's the end of the Women's Club then.
No, what-
It would be the end of the Women's Club if we could not participate there.
let me say
it's
something.
very historic to
and
us.
that's what I said. And there's a very
Really
big emotional
is,
connection.
And I think in time, we would like to have a designation of a historic building. But honestly, I understand your concerns, but how do you put a value on something like that?
I understand, and that's why I'm asking the questions, and I haven't made any decision. I'm just trying to get answers to questions, and obviously you understand my point. I mean, it doesn't make sense for one day a month to justify it. I mean, you can have the meetings.
Actually, when we get ready for our tea, which we raised, quite a bit of money at our tea this spring, we were there, 3 days trying to get everything ready.
Sure.
And so, I mean, there may be times that we can use it more. But I understand where you're coming from, and I didn't mean to attack you like that.
No, that's okay.
It is an emotional issue with me.
I know it's very emotional. Let me ask you this, if I could ask this.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to present a lease in such that it allowed you to stay there, but it allowed us a little bit more control to possibly let other people do it? I mean, whether it's 1 day a month, 2 days a month, 3 days a month, you tell us what they are. We draw a lease up. Whether you get it on a Saturday and the first Tuesday. But that we have maybe the opportunity to use it a little more for other things?
Well, I think the opportunity is there now. All they have to do is contact us. And
I don't know what the procedure is.
Yeah, I mean,
what is the
because
procedure to use that? I mean, we don't control it.
Ask her.
Yeah, just
And who's
call.
going to clean up after?
Well, whoever would use it would have to clean up after it.
I mean, I would think it'd be a great place for the Girl Scouts to come and learn the history of the city and be able to come there, rather than go to Safety Harbor, or the Boy Scouts for that
The Boy
matter.
Scouts were looking.
Can I tell you what happened last year? I think it was last year.
Yeah,
We had some Girl Scouts in here, little ones. They, I don't know, I think they were Girl Scouts.
Brownies.
I think they were whatever.
Brownies, were they the
Whatever they are.
brownies? Yeah.
Daisies are real little. These kids were like
Anyway.
6, 7, 8, okay? And what happened was they went in, and the women were busy doing whatever they were doing in the house, and the kids were running all around the neighborhood screaming and yelling, playing. Kids are kids, and the door's wide open, the air conditioning is, so we asked the women to please, we can't, the neighbors were complaining. I live on the same street, and they were all calling me, what's going on? So we asked them, and I guess they didn't feel that they should have to do that.
Right.
So they found the church. They went to the church. We didn't ask them to leave, but they went to the church.
Yeah, something happened at the church,
it's a
though,
very,
aren't there?
it's basically 2 rooms.
Yeah, small house.
And
Very
really, it's hard to have a group of kids in there. But we would like to see more use of other groups that, might want to use it. As it is now, when anybody uses it, they're supposed to clean it, but oftentimes we end up, when we get ready for our meetings, we have to go in there and make sure everything is cleaned up.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm in favor of keeping the lease the same, but you wanted to
Thank
say
you
something?
very much.
Yeah, I am too. To me, and it is emotional,
It is.
to me, the historic value of it is there, and you can't really put a historical value on dollars and cents. But I do understand about it being used more than just once or twice a month.
Sure.
Yeah, so do I. I understand.
Let me finish. So I would suggest, I'm in favor of the lease, because I'm in favor of that always being the women's club, because it's been there for 1918. Now, I do think that we could come to some kind of a negotiation where some other entities could use it during the month, and I think you would be amenable to that.
We've never said no one could,
Well, see,
that someone else
right,
couldn't
see,
use it.
but we've
The
never
market.
advertised that.
Right.
Now, as far as Boy Scouts can't use that because Boy Scouts, they want
bit more room.
permanent displays.
Well, but they also used to meet at the fire station for some of their meetings, and that wasn't permanent by any means. They couldn't make it a den by any means, but they.
Well, this is a lot smaller than the,
This is really
Sure.
than
small.
the fire station. So I would, in my support of this, I would like to see it used by other entities that you can work it out with the city manager where we could advertise something that other people could use it during the during the month.
Well, there's several
Now,
groups that
Especially during summer.
I agree with him on that. But
I understand
the
where
historical
he's
value of it, it's been the Women's Club since 1919. And that is important to a city.
It is important.
Well, if you
It is important.
understand that, we started this new library, the
I know
Women's
that.
Club, because that was the seed,
Sure.
and so that started the library in 1976 because they donated all the books, and the city then, we were
Well, it
in
was
this
the
club.
library.
And in fairness, and I mentioned this to Bruce,
Yeah.
if we had that library there and we only used it one day a month, wouldn't feel like we were being a very good
Right,
steward of our
right,
things. And
right,
that's
exactly.
really my point. It has nothing to do with the Women's Club, and I never really intended to take you out of there. I was just throwing out that one day a month you could probably do it elsewhere.
Playing
But I do
devil's
understand.
advocate.
Yeah, I do understand the importance of the building and the significance of it. I do understand that. But it seems to me that there should be another way for us to better.
Well, I just think it's just, it's just a connection to the heart of the city that we don't want to lose.
Sure.
You know.
I'm all about that. I agree.
Well, thank you.
I'm all about that. I just don't know how we facilitate it. Maybe I default to
Yeah.
Bruce or something, because really they control the lease. Is
Well,
that
there are some other groups that I think, would benefit from using, and, I'm thinking of AARP.
So-
Absolutely.
So the Women's Club would
The
have.
only thing is, we eat.
Well, actually, you could coordinate this with the Historical Society also. I mean, that is historical over there.
Yes.
You could have some displays over there also, which I think would satisfy
do.
some of the.
We do.
Well, they could have a meeting over there if they needed a historical meeting or whatever they want. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, but it just seems like it could be used more than one day. It's a great facility. It's a historic piece. I was in there today, and I'm like, it's like you said, it's small, but
Very, very small. Anybody want a piano? It's taking up too much room in there.
Exactly.
Historical Society, would you like that piano?
We don't have
So
room
if I'm
for
hearing
it
right,
either.
it sounds like the consensus of the council would be for this contract to come back with as long as the Women Club is receptive to allowing more entities to
Yeah,
participate
we
in the
don't
usage.
have a problem with that.
Okay.
Not
So
at
then-
all.
We already
Well, this would
let
be.
other people do
Yeah,
it.
so maybe
if
we
they want
advertise it
to.
better to let them know that we can do this, but this is only for discussion anyway. This is only on here for discussion. They've got to come back with the agreement, what we've got in front of us, and I misspoke when I took the motion. This is the agreement we signed in 2007.
Yes,
so.
it is.
So if we just tweak the lease agreement a little bit more for more flexibility, allow other entities in there, I think I'm hearing we've got
So in
consensus.
other words, what you're doing is you're taking away
Not taking away anything.
you're taking away I can't think
Our
of
right
the
to
word.
lease.
Control.
The control from the Women's Club to
Not necessarily taking
actually
control,
leasing.
just making
because
sure it's
we're
used
the
more.
ones that we bill them for the electric.
Yeah, that's how they get billed for, because if, for instance, the garden club, they pay $20 a month, towards our electricity.
So like if the Girl Scouts wanted to use it for, what do they meet, twice a month, I think? How much would they get charged for that?
Well,
I don't know, it wouldn't be much.
$30.
and I don't know that it would take control away from you
Yeah.
guys. I think you would and I default to you. They would be the I guess anchor leasee, right?
Well, then why do you need to change the contract?
Well, that's the whole point of the discussion.
Well, the point, as I see it, when I read this lease, the original lease, if you're leasing it to us, then we should have the right to lease it to somebody else.
I understand that. That's the lease that's in
And
place.
what you're saying is that the city would get involved in that. Doesn't the city have enough to do?
Well, I'm not sure.
Wait, let me hear from the attorney.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not
Nobody
sure.
has said that, Orchid, that we were going to get
I'm not
involved.
sure that's what I'm saying. That's why we've discussed it, and that's where we default to Tom to
Yeah,
craft some
yeah.
verbiage that.
Yeah.
Let me let the city attorney speak.
Well, I just think that that you, as the city, needs to be in control of what's going on in that building. And as for how many days it's used or not used, and we can modify this lease. The only thing in this lease that talks about anybody else using this facility is one word. And it talks about that they have the lease non-exclusively. And that nowhere else in the agreement is there to talk about the use of the facility by anyone else. So what you want to do is you want to maintain control, and if the real issue is who's going to pay for the electricity, maybe that's something that, that Bruce would want to bring back or discuss with you as to maybe the city taking over that responsibility, because that evidently seems to be a catching point with a women's club. But you should maintain control. And it shouldn't be lease the building and then let it be sublet or assigned or.
How much is the electric bill? Do you know?
Oh, gosh, what, 30,
And all
20,
that
it's
much.
between $20 and $30 a month.
There's no
It
air
all
conditioning in the
depends.
building?
Yes.
There's no AC?
It's air
Okay.
conditioning.
And it all depends on how often it's used and how long.
But I mean, if we're talking 30, even if it was doubled, it'd be 60. I mean, we're not.
But I think
We never turn the hot water heater on.
from the women's club standpoint, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and from what I would say is the city manager's standpoint, it's worked fine for the last 5 years, and I'm not advocating any changes. And I don't know if you are or not, but
No, I'm not advocating any changes. I'm happy with this for the next 5 years. If that's the way you want to do it, you know how I really feel. I already told you that. And but, it is what it is, and we'll accept it this way.
And I don't know how you do the control part of it, but it just seems like it's a city building that could be used more than once or twice a month.
Well, it's true, but I
You have to identify.
the city has enough
Well,
to
you
do
have to
without trying to get
okay.
involved in renting out the
You have to
building.
identify those other units that want to.
So the city manager is suggesting that we just keep the lease the same. Did I hear you correctly?
yes.
Just leave it?
Yes.
I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that. But I would request that we do reach out to the Girl Scouts or any other local entity from the city of Oldsmar that possibly can use it. Let's let them use it very inexpensively.
The city has too few meeting places as it is, because I know that in the past, we've tried to find other facilities for different things. And I mean, we just don't have much in the city that accommodates a large group. We don't need a large group in that building. We can only have 30 people in there at a time, according to the fire department. But the value is strictly historical, and the fact that it does have a connection to the library and to the city.
Could I ask this then? That maybe we try and identify between now and whenever we either keep the same lease or whatever we do, that maybe we try and identify some groups that both work, that both can use it, but also work well to preserve the building and, not destroy it, or that use it properly, and whether it's, the Historical Society, or it's, what did somebody say, AARP, or, some groups similar to your groups that are, would be respectful of it. But at least, I mean, even if we had one or two more groups, we've doubled the usage
Yeah,
of it.
that would be fine.
Let me ask you something. Your daughter was a Daisy or whatever.
She was a
they
Daisy, then she was a
Yeah.
Brownie, and I think she's still, I don't know.
But they
she's a Girl
don't
Scout
do
now.
anything during the summer, right?
Their last meeting was yesterday for the city of Oldsmar.
Okay. And that's the whole point. All the clubs.
Right, they're gone.
Including Friends of the Library, don't meet in the
Well,
summer.
and I'm not questioning, that's fine. I'm not questioning that. I'm just
No,
thinking
I'm just
that,
telling you, it's going to sit.
okay, if it sits, it sits. That's fine.
Because originally it was because everybody that came here, they were snowbirds.
Right.
And so everybody goes home. I mean, they go north.
And I
That's
think,
not necessarily true anymore, but a lot of people still go north.
and I think to get back to your point, as the women's club kind of being the backbone of the thing, maybe that would be something great, is to try to find some other groups that can use one of our great facilities, and whether it's the historical or ARP or whatever it is. I mean, I think that would be a great contribution to the city, to find something that is similar in use to yours, to use that facility, just to make a better use of the money and what's being spent to keep it up and things like that. That's all I'm asking. I've never questioned the women's club and what they do at all.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I need direction for the lease. Are we good just leaving the lease as is? I am.
I would like it to be left as is.
Okay. Jerry?
That's fine, but I do agree that they need to.
And I think they're willing to do that. Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah.
we are. We've done it in the past.
Okay, you good with that?
I think so.
Okay, all right, so
There'll probably be July meeting, but I'll send you a copy before it comes back before city council, so you have a chance to look at it.
And just an idea that just came to me, I know at one time, a while back, we had an historical walk around the city. Maybe the Women's Club can do something with the Historical Society out of that building. And we had that one lady come to us that showed us all the historical homes.
Gabby.
Maybe it's a walking
Gabby.
distance one night or something that you can do something.
Jay can
as
take
a
you on a tour
fundraiser.
of the lift station.
It's also good health for families and stuff to go and see all the houses and stuff. Just a suggestion.
I'm gonna have to live with that for the rest of my life. Lift
Okay.
stations. I know where they all are, though.
Item 11, consider adoption of Resolution 2012-08, revising recreation and field rental fees. The resolution includes the fees for recreation cards, the rental of city facilities, special event fees for attendance. The only thing that's changed, or that we're recommending be changed, is the rental fee for the sports fields. And that would be $20 an hour for baseball and $25 per hour for a multi-purpose field. And this proposal eliminates a resident discount for the field rentals, which, while one or more members of a team may be a resident, in most cases, if not all, most of the team members are not Oldsmar residents. So basically, that's the only change that would be included from what our current fee schedule is. So I'll read the resolution by title only. This is resolution number 2012-08, a resolution of the City of Oldsmar repealing Resolution 2007-13 and revising the city's recreation card fees and facility rental and deposit schedule and providing for an effective date. That's the reading of Resolution 2012-08 by title only. I recommend its adoption.
Okay, the only question I've got was there was no pushback from any of the teams using the fields or anything like that. Everything was good. The Leisure Services Board, we all agreed to it. And, okay. As long as everybody was good with it, I'll take a motion for resolution.
So, second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you. Anything
Thank you.
else?
That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. City Clerk?
I don't have anything tonight.
Nothing? Well, we thank you for being here anyway. Under City Council, we've got the select voting delegate to the Florida League of Cities Annual Conference. I would recommend Janice.
Whoa, what if I,
You don't want to do
What,
it.
if you were actually going to go?
You're not even going.
okay, we have a ball, can I volunteer?
Yes! Would you like to do that?
No.
I knew you didn't want to do it. So, my
I'll do
recommendation is,
it.
I need a motion for Janice.
I'll
So
do
moved.
it.
Second?
Second.
Do I
You
have?
can't make both.
Come on. You made a motion and second.
You can't do that.
I know.
You going to second it?
Oh, second.
Want to do it? You're not even going to go to the meeting.
Okay, I'll do
But you
it.
do good. You do good at that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm good
Oh,
at
you-
sitting there listening and going, okay.
They wait until the last 5 seconds to
whoa,
pass
wait,
30
wait.
resolutions at once.
Wait a minute. She loves it, and
Yes,
we
she
all
does.
know it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that part.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I like
And we've all
classes.
been the voting delegate before, so
Yeah,
it's not like we're stepping
yeah.
on anybody's
Yeah.
toes. I got the
I
motion.
was it
second.
last year, too.
Were you?
Linda was one year.
And then the year before that, we made Linda because she was
Yeah,
new,
I
right?
think that was
I
her
was gonna make
first
it this-
And then
year.
we made him do it
Yeah.
when he was new, right? And then you did it the other time too. I did it once,
You did it once.
long time ago. Yeah,
Once was enough.
exactly.
I'll do it.
All right, I got the motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Next, we've got discuss paperless agenda, and I don't remember who, Bruce told me put that on the agenda.
I did.
You did.
Vice Mayor.
Fine.
Let's go to paperless agendas.
Why?
I'm all for it.
I am too.
Do you need a motion?
I am too.
Why? Why we all get iPads?
I think it's a waste of taxpayers' money.
Oh, look, everything's going that way anyway. Look,
Yeah.
you know me. I am a dinosaur. I don't like these
That's
things.
what's a shock coming from you, that this is.
Yeah.
I can't even operate my cell phone. So for me to do this is really, really stretching it out there.
We have to get classes. We have to have classes on this.
There's no fiscal savings to the city to do that.
There will
It actually
be.
costs us money to do that.
In the long run, well, y'all want to get rid of paper?
I mean, an iPad is $600. How many iPads are we going to have to buy? And then, what if you drop yours? What's...
Then you have to buy me another one.
I do, right. I mean,
Well, you're not supposed to drop it.
we don't even know the prices of them or anything like that. What if the network is down when we
We
come to
already
meet?
gave our computers away.
The city clerk the city clerk, would you like us to go paperless? Speak up.
Very helpful on several fronts, including your emails and being able to access your emails quickly. And I think it would
Why
be-
couldn't we do this with the money that we spent for these monitors in front of us right now?
Well,
And then we're not,
Well, it doesn't matter to me.
Not
Look,
carrying
look,
anything.
Look, I thought I was doing something
I mean, I don't know
incredibly-
what, are we leaving them here after the meeting and just only taking them for the meeting? What if the network is down and you've got a meeting? Then you've got absolutely nothing to go by your agenda or any backup
Let me tell
material.
you something. In my lifetime, it ain't gonna matter. Your kids are gonna go paperless totally.
Well, you can tell I own a commercial printing company.
Now I understand.
We don't make any money on the packets or anything like that, but I'm telling you, there's no,
City manager?
there's no savings.
I tend to lean towards it, and the reason is I have a lot of trouble with firewalls where I'm at and getting on and accessing and obtaining all the information that we have. And I think it's the way everybody's doing. Lynn's probably got a laptop. Al's probably got one back there with all the, it just seems the way that we're all going and having it with us.
Let me tell
We've all
you-
got, if I could get it on my phone, I would, but I don't want the city emails on my
With
phone.
me-
Let me ask you this, if you've got that and you're doing personal emails, that's subject to the sunshine law.
No, I would not do that. That's why I don't do city emails on my phone.
Look, I'm not,
I would like to see some
I'm not a big
figures
fan
brought
of
back to
this.
us. How much do these things cost? What's it gonna cost us?
but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards it, but I'm with you. I'd like to see what it, but I
Yeah,
know that
that's
there's
fine.
got to be some benefit to.
Because the day's coming, see, a pencil and paper to me is important, very important. Me too. iPad's not. I can't get on that, but this is the way it's going, and if it can save the city clerk time and effort, I would be willing to have to suffer with it. So,
But again, what if,
And the Flintstones down there are the one that brought it to the attention.
I want to see the cost, and I want to see what happens if the network is down. What if we can't get online when we're here meeting
then we got a problem.
and we have nothing, right?
And those are questions we have to have.
Can I
yeah.
ask a question? Does an iPad, is that what you're talking about, iPads? Is that what this is? Okay. Does an iPad let you know there's a message waiting for you? Does it make a noise or something and let you know? Like when she had to call everybody today to tell us that the ribbon cutting was off because of the weather.
It goes dum-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum.
I don't know if I'm going to always have the iPad next to me, I'm all over the place, so I'm not,
True.
mine's just going to sit on a dresser for a week until I pick it up again.
Well, why
I'm
don't
not
we
using it.
Well, no, you can do your city email on it.
Let's just wait.
I'll do that on my regular
see what the
computer.
cost is.
Right, let's see the costs and the benefits. And
Yeah,
move on.
absolutely, yes.
Okay, all right, that's good with everybody. Let's see the benefits
Yes.
and the pitfalls
Yes.
of that. Comments by council members. We'll start with Janice.
I knew you were going to do that too. What am I, reading your mind? Doggone. Okay, I don't have a lot to say other than, I do have to ask though. I need an excuse for not being here at the meeting on the 5th. On the
Were you not here at the last council meeting?
last council meeting.
I thought we
was
excused
sick.
you for that already.
I thought we excused before.
No,
Oh, that was a month
he
ago when
went
I
to
went to
Chicago
Chicago.
in April.
Yeah.
And
Oh, and then you were
last
sick.
regular meeting, which I believe was May 19th.
Oh, right.
That's when
So we'll
you
just
were-
put that, we'll just put that on the next agenda to approve that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, and of course, everybody probably knows that the hurricane season has started already. But I just want to remind everybody, if you have anybody that has special needs, you need to sign up with the fire department to, in case something happens, they know that you need help.
Right.
Okay, other than that, I'm good.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Beavis.
I don't have a lot. I think Freedom Fest was great. I'm sorry, I unfortunately was out of town for the Memorial Day celebration. I understand it went well.
Very well.
And that's always a great thing. Probably can't emphasize enough because I think it falls right in line with what we're doing or what we've worked for a transit kind of a plan in the city of Oldsmar to really try and hit the PSTA. They're leaning our way. They want to do something for us and bring it our way. We need to make sure that we get the word out to whoever it is. It really sounds like they're stepping even further outside the box and that they're not going to just go from point A to point B. They're going to, if you have a need, whether it's Gull Air or something, how great would it be able to go into Gull Air and pick up, a group full of people and take them wherever they need to go, if they have a trip to Walmart or whatever, that they could do that. I think that's really great. And hopefully that works in well. Do they know about our transit thing that we've kind of been working? Did that become? Kind of our,
I'm not sure.
okay. So hopefully, I mean, it's nice that they're leaning that way, and that little other one that they're doing with the Jolly Trolley is neat. It's neat to see. I saw some numbers the other day that transit is really up. People are starting to take a lot of use of it, and I mean, I think that's great. And if it gets cars off the road, super. So other than that, I have nothing.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Vice Mayor?
Just a great Memorial Day, and just welcome back, Loretta, and thank you all who you are.
Yep, I agree with both of you said the Freedom Fest was awesome, and so was the Memorial Day ceremony. Hats off to everybody that participated, came, and Lynn, great job to you and your staff for putting that event on. Got a really nice card from the Gross family.
Yes.
I think everybody got it, so that was nice to see too. They're very appreciative. But
Yes.
all in all, a good Memorial Day weekend for us in the city of Oldsmar. I do want to remind everybody that come Thursday, school is out, so please drive careful. The kids will be out on the street. And because school is out, it is my honor to say we are going to casual wear at the next meeting. We will see if Councilmember Norris pays attention or not, because we will not tell her.
Don't forget Friday.
I've been inching my way that way a little bit at a time.
And I will add that we expect the city attorney this time to participate in the casual wear.
Does it mean we can wear jeans?
If you'd like to wear jeans, you can wear jeans. We're going to summer clothes, though. It's a little warm out these days, and sorry we got rained out today for our streetscaping grand opening. We're going to do that on January 5th, is what you told me?
Third.
July 3rd. I'm good with this dates, huh? July 3rd. So we do that at 5 o'clock. We hope to see everybody then, and we'll see you in 2 Tuesdays. Thanks a lot. I need a motion for the tentative agenda.
So moved.
Got a second? Second. Got a motion second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
It's over.
We're done.